Hello family, welcome back to the channel. I'm here today with my challenge entry for Dearjuliejulie January challenge. Dearjuliejulie does challenges every month where she will post the requirements. She'll do a video explaining the challenge, and throughout the challenge she also does mini challenges within the challenge. So today I hopped on. I want to do a flip through of the journal that I created. The January's challenge is called January Just Junk Journal Challenge, where we use junk to make the journal. There were certain tools and items that we were allowed to use for this challenge. So I will quickly go over that. I will link Julie's information in the description box, so you can go on and check out what she offers, all her different challenges, and she also has a Facebook group as well. So I will link all that information in the description box. So for the January Just Junk Journal Challenge, and actually this is number 2. January Just Junk Journal Challenge number 2. The tools, we were allowed to use a sewing machine, iron, any glue or tape, 1 cutter, 2 pairs of scissors, 2 punches, 3 stamp pads, 1 stamp set, 1 stencil, a sponge or distress tool, white acrylic paint, 1 paintbrush, 2 pens, 1 ruler, stapler and staples, 1 binding kit, which included string, needles, 4 clips, 2 pokey tools, 6 little things like washers, bulb pins, wire, 1 piece of broken jewelry. We can have 1 garment, 1 linen, book pages, used cards and envelopes, 6 assorted papers, which could be ledger paper, line paper, graph paper, map paper, any mail, junk mail envelopes, 1 book, 1 magazine, 1 calendar, 1 gift bag, 1 wrapping paper, packaging, any packaging that would be getting tossed, a used file folder, a mini calendar, postage stamps, canceled postage stamps. And then there were mini challenges throughout this challenge that I will talk about as I go through my journal. So this is what I ended up creating. It is a gardening journal, and the cover says Dream Gardens. So this is what she looks like. She has 2 signatures, and it is junk, all made from junk. So the cover, this floral print in the background, it is actually made from an old gift bag. An old gift bag that I purchased at Dollar Tree. It had been used a couple times and it would have went in the trash, but I hold on to things like that for this reason here. This piece right here, this floral piece right here, that is actually the wrapping paper that I used. This print of this lady here, this is from one of Dearjulie's digital prints, but this is one that was on a sheet that did not print out right, so we were able to use printed, basically misfits, ones that didn't print properly or ran out of ink or whatever. And this one had a line through her face right below her lips, so you can't really see it there because I cut most of it off, but I ended up putting her on there. This Gardens, that is from a magazine, a Better Homes and Gardens magazine, and then the Dreams is actually from the calendar that I used. I used a floral garden calendar from a couple years back, so I used that. This white ribbon here that I made a flower out of, this actually was packaging from a pillow set, and then the black ribbon is from the packaging from a blanket. So I had packaging from a blanket and a pillow, which had the cardboard and also the ribbon. So I did use that. The floral around here, this is my garment. I used a scarf for my garment. And then the lace here is my linen, which was a floral lace. I want to say it was a curtain. And then I used the yellow twine for my binding. So that is what my cover looks like. And I did use my sewing machine. So I have sewed, like my trim, I pleated all of that with the sewing machine. Okay, so when you open her up, I have a pocket here made from the gift bag. I've used junk mail and tags, clothing tags that were going to be discarded, and I've just decorated them up and made some ephemera. So this was like a mailing insert from in a magazine, and I've turned it into a journaling card. I used one of the canceled postage stamps there and some of the wrapping paper to decorate. This garment tag here, I used a piece from the gift bag. I've added paper, and I also stamped throughout this journal as well. I used an old Mary Englebright book in here as well. So this is a page from that that said gardening. I just covered it up. I used one of my punches and cut out some little flowers there. Here I've pleated a piece of the gift bag and also some of the ribbon and made a tab. This page here is a calendar page. I've made a pocket with a flip tuck using book paper and scrap piece of an envelope, and just decorated with bits and pieces that I've cut out of a old budget planner. Here's another tag from a garment that I've used and made a journaling spot. So there's the back side of the calendar page. This is a page from the budget planner, and I've added some of my linen for a tab. And then we could use a piece of a broken piece of jewelry. So this is from a broken necklace, and I just basically just added it on there with a ball pin. I did have one of the beads hanging from the front from a piece of string. That was also from the necklace. Uh-oh, and I just pulled it off. Well, good thing it fell off now, not when somebody received it. So anyways, here is a pocket using a page from the Mary Englebright book. This is an old greeting card. This is a piece of junk mail. It was a pamphlet, and I made a page out of it. It had floral, had some tulips on it. This is a piece of graph paper. Or is that? Yeah, that's graph paper. This is wrapping paper that I've glued to a piece of, packaging on it to make it stronger. I've made a belly band using the gift bag. Decorated an envelope with a cancel stamp and some gift wrap. And that's sticking behind the belly band. Let's see, this page here is a piece of old printer paper where I had started printing something and it didn't turn out, so I've used my stamps and stamped some tulips. I've covered something up with writing paper. This is a calendar page. This is a piece of a cover from one of the budget planners, and I've made a pocket out of that and used packaging to make this tag for journaling. also used a piece of that budget planner cover to make ephemera. This is the children's school paper. Here is an envelope that I adhered a piece of book paper on it, and then I went in with my white acrylic paint and painted over the book paper so you can write on it. And I used my stamp there, stamped a tulip. In here I just added some paper, leftover paper from the kit for journaling. This here is a page from one of the budget planners, and I added some of my linen there as a tab. There is some writing paper, school writing paper, calendar page, and I've just added pieces from the gift bag, added some book paper, some more of the children's school paper, calendar page. Here is a napkin. We could use a napkin in this kit, and so I've just glued a cutout piece of the bunny here to the back of the calendar page. This is another old greeting card. This is the magazine page, and on the back side I've made a book page pocket and added some paper in there for journaling. This is a flap of an envelope, and I've just decorated the back side with some gift wrap paper. And I like to tear, so I've torn a lot of the flowers out and used throughout. This is the graph paper. This is the budget planner organizer paper. This is the cover of the magazine. It's a little bit thicker, and on the back side I've just glued some scrap paper for journaling. Here is some atlas or map paper, and I've made, oh no, this is just a piece of the paper. Here I've took a piece of the old printer paper and made a tuck pocket there. This is another calendar page, and I've added some discarded old paper cardstock, and this is a cutout from the planner. Here I've made an envelope by using a piece of the messed up printout on cardstock, and I've glued the center of the calendar page and made a pocket, and I've just used packaging to make spots for journaling, and that goes right in the pocket. So here, that's the bad digital print. On the back side of that, I've made a little tuck pocket with a calendar piece, and I cut up the budget planner bill organizer thing. That's what it's called. It's a bill organizer. I've cut up pieces of that and put throughout for journaling spots. This calendar was really beautiful, so it made a perfect garden journal. So here is another piece of the magazine, the cover. I made a little pocket, used one of the privacy envelopes and cut out a square to cover that side, and you can journal on that, and then just a little tag made from packaging there. Some more of the bill organizer paper. There's some graph paper. Here is the other side of that envelope. I've just decorated with the wrapping paper and the linen, lace linen, and I put some scrap paper in there for journaling. On this side of the envelope, I've added book paper that I painted over with the white acrylic paint. Here is just a piece of the magazine paper, and what I did was just glued some of the tissue wrap on that, just for a little extra interest, and you can also journal on top of that as well. Here is a piece of what is this, packaging that I've glued envelope to it and gift wrap. I've made a pocket out of the calendar and just added a piece of calendar that has the wrapping paper on one side for journaling and a piece of the bill organizer for journaling. Here is an envelope that I've decorated. I think this was one of the in one of the challenges, so I've used a canceled stamp. I have napkin on there, some of the flowers cut out of the linen book paper, and I've stamped on it, and I've glued that here and made a little tuck pocket. And then on the other side with the flap, I've made another tuck spot just by gluing the top and bottom of the envelope. Here is some children's writing paper. I've used a piece of the bill organizer and I've stamped a little hummingbird right there. Here is a piece of junk mail envelope with the window, and I've made a little tab out of packaging, and I glued a piece of the calendar paper to decorate it so that would show pretty through the window, and you can use the back for journaling. On this side is a beautiful picture from the calendar. There's the children's writing paper. Here I've glued the flap down the middle and made two little tuck pockets. Added a little tag that I've made using book paper, linen, packaging, and I've stamped on it. This side is just a piece of the bill organizer. There's children's writing paper there. A piece of the calendar to make a pocket. Cover from the bill organizer. I've made a tag and added some linen to the top. Here is a bookmark that was included in some junk mail, and I've just used it as a belly band and put some book paper and a piece of the envelope to embellish. And it's attached to the other side of the gift wrap paper. Here is some ledger paper where I've stamped some ladybugs there. This is the other side of junk mail. And here I've made a flat paper clip, which was in one of the challenges, and I've made a journaling card, and this is all on this attached to the other side of the greeting card. Here's a journaling card that I made with the bunny, and it has some lining and some stamping. More junk mail, and this is actually a Avon calling card, postcard that I used to make that journaling card. Calendar paper, the organizer, calendar paper. This is the other side of the page from the Mary Inglebright book. I've made a pocket using a piece from the bill organizer attached to the calendar. Another piece of the bill organizer, some writing notebook paper where I've used the scarf and made some little tabs. Well, tied some tabs there. I've made a book paper pocket, and it's attached to a card, greeting card. Calendar. This is another envelope that I've embellished. Calendar, organizer, calendar, writing notebook paper. Here is a messed up printout, digital printout. This is one of Dearjuliejulie's. I think this is like, what is it called? The Victorian Ladies or something like that. But I've made a paper clip, a flat paper clip out of it, a really large one. I've used a piece of the linen and attached to decorate the printout so it looks like a dress. I've punched out some little flowers from the calendar paper pages and made flowers for her hat. And then I just have it paper clipped to this envelope here, holding a tag that I've it's a garment tag, and I've decorated it with a piece from the Mary Englebright book, some of the linen, and then some book paper on the back for journaling. This is wrapping paper and a tab that's basically made off of the cutoff of a bookmark that I made. Here I just collaged some papers and an old ticket together and made a little tuck pocket. This here is from this is a greeting card. This here is cut out of the planner organizer, magazine paper, and the linen. And it's attached to a pink bag. And I've stamped on the bag. And then I've made a journaling card. This is some notebook paper, and I've attached some of the scarf there. We're almost there, y'all. Here is a flip up, flip down, made from book paper and envelope, and then I've used some of the gift bag. I've stamped on it. This was part of one of the challenges as well, so I've used some of the linen there, and it's also a tuck pocket, so I've added paper there. That is notebook paper. It's from an old ledger book, actually. This is calendar. I've put some of the privacy envelope there for journaling and made ephemera. I've stamped on this piece of book paper, made a tab, writing paper that I've decorated with the gift wrap. This is calendar page for the center, and I've made a book page pocket where I've stamped on it and used my ink pad for distressing. I also made a little bookmark for journaling out of the gift bag that fits right down in this pocket, and it has some of the linen for the string. Notebook paper with some ephemera I've cut out. More. This is calendar page that I've added white paper to and stamped on it. More of the composition, that's what that was, composition paper. Here is some more book paper that I've painted with the acrylic paint for journaling, attached to calendar pages. Notebook paper. This is packaging, or what is that? No, this is the back side of a gift card, a greeting card. And then tag that I've made, wrapping paper, and I've made a little pocket there out of the flap of the envelope. Junk mail on the calendar organizer. Calendar. What is this? Envelope, I think. Yeah. And then I've done a flip using the wrapping paper, and then I've added a piece of paper there, and this is attached to magazine paper. There's notebook paper, calendar, and what is this? Greeting card, I think, yeah, with wrapping paper on it. Composition paper, the bill organizer. I made a pocket with the calendar. More of the bill organizer. I've made a tag out of the bill organizer. And then the back page is a pocket made from the gift bag, and a tag made from junk mail. And it's got napkin, stamping, the linen, piece of the envelope to decorate it. So that is my January Just Junk Journal number 2 for the challenge. And then I'll show you quickly one of the mini challenges in the challenge, and it was to make a envelope journal using 7 or more envelopes, and I used 7 envelopes. This is the little tassel that I've made out of scrap ribbons and things, and there's some lace linen that I used in the journal. So for the cover, I used one of these printouts here, and I've used the wrapping paper and the linen to decorate. You open it up. I've used my stack of stickers that I made for one of the mini challenges, and I have journaling cards in here and tags that I've made throughout. So this is how I decorated it, and I think it turned out really cute. There's a couple of flat paper clips in here. These are journaling cards I made for the challenge. So there's paper in there. Made a little pocket with some little tags in there for journaling. Belly band with a journaling card. This is a note card. These are actually the negatives to the stickers that I've used throughout here as well. There's one of the stickers I've used. I've used washi tape. There's some there as well. The gift wrap. There's another negative. I made this little, the inside with a little note card. I made little pockets. And on the inside string of the signatures, I've cut out a flower from the linen. And I did that as well for the main journal. I cut out some of those flowers and tied them to the strings from the signature. So this is my envelope journal that I made for the mini challenge. And all the items in the inside here were mini challenges as well. So that is my little envelope journal and my January Just Junk Journal. So if you like this, please give this video a thumbs up. Feel free to share it. And if you have not subscribed to my channel, please hit that subscribe button so you can be a part of my small little YouTube family here. I would love to have you, and I will link all of Julie's information in the description box in case you would like to join February's challenge that she will be announcing, I believe, February 1st. This challenge ends today, January 31st, so I wanted to get this video up and out to you. So yeah, until the next one, everyone, stay blessed. Bye bye.